Hey there, in this video I'm going to teach you how to play The Devil in I by Slipknot in standard tuning. Check it out. Alright, so this is the intro riff. It goes something like this. Let's just go through the frets for that. It's all in the open A string. We're going to go, it's all palm muted for the first part. It's going to go 0 to 1, 0. So you do this kind of rolling triplet pattern. And then you go to 3 and 2. Then back to 1. And then this end riff goes. So that is 6 on the A string, 7 on the D string, back to 6 on the A string, open A string, 6 on the low E string, and that's bent up a tone, and then one last open A string. So that little riff there together. And that leads you back to the rolling palm muting part, back to this. And then the second ending is different. It goes, so it's 6th fret, bend up on the low E string, and then open A string, and then the same thing again. So just the same thing twice. Okay, so that's the two different endings for that intro riff, and you just repeat it around twice. Then moving on to the next intro riff, it goes like this. Right, let's break this riff down. It starts off with this power chord shape we're going to use a lot in the song, which is, so that's the bottom 2 strings open, and then the 2nd fret on the D string. So together. So we hit that, and then we move up to the 7th fret, and we do this octave shape, 7 on the A string, 9th fret on the G string, together. Okay, and this is kind of like a fast strum here, and then it moves down to the 6th fret. It's a bit sloppy, sorry. Okay, so I do it slowly, and then we got this like an open chug on the low 2 open strings, and then we hit this power chord shape on the 3rd fret. So it's 3, 3, 5. So 3 on the E, 3 on the A, 5 on the D. Okay, so then we repeat that again. And then we have this tremolo picking pattern. So those frets are 3, 5, 7, 2, all on the A string. Then we slide up to the 7th fret. That's those same octave shapes. So 7 down to 6. And then we got this little chugging part at the end here, which is the same power chord shape we did before. So 0, 0, 2, palm muted. And then 2, 2, 4, palm muted. 3, 3, 5, palm muted, and then down to 1, 1, 3, and that's release. So, okay. So, you can just do that 2 times round. All right, so now we're into the iconic clean part of the song. This plays throughout the verses and also the outro. So I'm just going to show you how it goes one time. It's like this. Okay, so the frets are, it's the open A string. And then we have this spread sixth shape. So it's like 3rd fret on the A and 7th fret on the D. So we move this down to 2nd fret on the A, 5th fret on the D. So, okay, and we're going to move it up and we're going to go 5 and 9 down to 3 and 7. So the second time is, the third time is the same as the first one. So 3 down to 2, so 3 and 7 down to 2 and 5, and then we got single notes for the end of the riff, which is 7, 5, 1, and then open, all on the A string. So one more time, very slowly, the verse riff is like this. Okay, that loops around a couple of times, and then the lead guitar bit comes in and takes over, which I'll show you next. All right, and then towards the end of the verse, this kind of picking guitar part comes in, right? It's on the 14th fret of the G string and the 10th fret of the B string, so it's the same note together in unison, and we're going to play it like this. And you do a little bend there at the end of the phrase, and that goes around twice, and that leads us right into the chorus. Then we're on to the first chorus, which sounds like this. So it's a little bit like the intro riff we did before, but there's just like one little variation. So everything's the same except for this little tremolo picking part, the frets we go to. So we're going to go 3, 5, 7, and then 10 instead of 2 like we did in the intro. The rest is the same, and then the second time round we change it again, and it's going to go 3, 5, 7, 8. So, and those are the only differences between that and the intro version. Then we're on to the first post-chorus, which sounds like this. Okay, and it's back to the same familiar power chord shape. It's going to be on the open, so 0, 0, 2 on the bottom 3 strings. Then we're going to go up to the 7th fret, 7, 7, 9, and down to 6, 6, 6, 8. So I'm going to open chug, palm muted, and then down to 3, 3, 5. So let me do that again, but we interrupt it with this riff, which was from the intro actually. So that's 6, 7, 6 on the A, D, and then A again, then open A, and then a bend on the 6th fret on the lower E string, and then one last open A. And then we're back to the power chords, same as before. And then this ending goes, so it's a bend on the 6th fret, low E string, and then 2 palm muted notes on the 5th fret, and then a released note on the 6th fret. And this leads us into the second verse. All right, and then the second verse and second chorus are pretty much the same as the first two. And then after the second chorus, we have this little interlude, which is kind of a throwback to the opening riff. It's going to sound like this. Then we come to the interlude, which sounds like this. So this is all on the bottom 2 strings. It starts off on 5th fret, just the single notes. Okay, and then we shift to a power chord on the same 5th fret. So, and then we move this power chord shape down to the 3rd fret. And then we go back to the single note. And this time we go 7, 5 with the power chords. Then back to the single note again. 5, 3 with the power chords, and then we go up to the 12th fret, 10th fret, and then down to the 6th fret, and then the pattern starts up again. So I'll play it slowly. Okay, and then you do that 2 times round, and on the second time, when you hit the 5th fret power chord, you kind of do this slide down, slide off it, and then it's going to go back into the last chorus. Now we're at the last chorus, so after this little break, we're going to go... and so on, right? So you do that slide down, and then there's silence, and then we just come in with this power chord on the 3rd fret. So 3, 3, 5 on the bottom 3 strings. And that leads us back into the familiar riff of the chorus. What's different about this chorus is it repeats 3 times, and each time has a different tremolo picked ending of the pattern. So we're going to use up 3 of the patterns we've used previously in this song. So I'll just run that through. The first ending is going to be 3, 5, 7, 2, and so on. The second ending is going to be 3, 5, 7, 10, and the third ending is going to be 3, 5, 7, 8. So I'll demonstrate that in context, but other than that, the rest of the riff is the same. So here's the last chorus. Then after the last chorus, we go back to this post-chorus riff, which goes like this. Okay, it's just the same as the previous post-chorus riff, but it's just twice around instead. Then for the outro with the lead guitar, we're going to go back to this droning picking part that we had in the verses. The only difference is at the end there we do a gradual bend quite extremely, and then obviously the song sort of fades out from that point. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Check out my channel for other tutorials and covers of metal and rock songs in standard tuning and other fun little challenges I do. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.